Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're taking a playful, kind of forensic look at something we've all experienced but rarely stop to actually dissect. We're talking about the lyrics of a highly repetitive, emotionally charged, romantic pop song. You know the vibe. It's a guy singing to a girl, utterly captivated by her, and it's appropriately titled, "Kill Me With Your Eyes." Let's jump right into the anatomy of this massive emotional hook.
Okay, let's dive into this. Baby, kill me with your eyes. We are dropping straight into the deep end here, right? This sets the dramatic mood of ultimate romantic surrender right from the absolute start. It is definitely not some gentle introduction. It's a bold, almost desperate plea for total emotional annihilation, brought on by just a single look from the girl he desires.
Section 1. The Lethal Gaze and Romantic Surrender. So, when we look closely, "Kill me with your eyes" is actually a beautiful metaphorical expression of absolute romantic surrender. We're essentially treating this pop lyric like high poetry today, analyzing how a gaze acts as a literal force of nature. The intense passion he's feeling is just so strong that it feels, well, wonderfully life-threatening. He's basically saying, your look alone is enough to completely undo me.
And you know that undoing happens instantly. It causes this complete sensory confusion. Just take the lyric, "Lost the sky to the sky." This line immediately establishes a sense of total disorientation. Have you ever been so struck by someone that up literally becomes down? Because that's exactly what we're seeing here. It shows how the singer's entire world, his literal perspective and grounding, have been completely upended just by making eye contact.
Which brings us to Section 2, Beyond Words, Unspoken Communication.
The lyrics actually spell this out beautifully. Your eyes speak the language of passion. This is absolutely crucial because it highlights how the words elevate simple, everyday eye contact into a highly complex, emotional vocabulary of desire. They don't even need to talk. They're having a full, passionate conversation where her eyes are doing all the heavy lifting.
And this brilliantly illustrates the real-world mechanics of that unspoken language. Whenever you're close by, you give me attention. It's not about these grand, sweeping declarations. It's about physical proximity and silent, focused attention. The simple act of her being near and locking eyes with him validates all those intense, unspoken feelings. It's a quiet, powerful confirmation that the connection is incredibly real.
Moving on to Section 3. Sincere versus charming, rejecting casual flirting.
Now, when feelings get this intense, doubt often creeps in. A genuine connection is proven by, "You give me attention." But in stark contrast to that, he aggressively rejects superficial flirting by repeating, "This ain't no charming." He wants to make it abundantly clear that this isn't just a casual game or a standard pickup routine. This emotion he's feeling is incredibly sincere.
Section 4. The Chaos of Infatuation and Emotional Freefall.
Once that sincerity is locked in, the floodgates absolutely open. We can literally track the symptoms of love as they're laid out in the lyrics. His heart wants to fly. He's feeling crazy. He's missing her every single day. And finally, there's a complete loss of time, losing track of whether it's night or day. This maps out the frantic, chaotic mental and physical states the guy experiences as his infatuation reaches its absolute peak. It is a total sensory overload.
Section 5. The Power of Repetition and Musical Looping. To convey that sensory overload, the song relies on intense structural repetition. If we look at the word frequencies, baby appears 14 times, eyes appears 11 times, charming is in there 6 times. This unrelenting looping perfectly proves the singer's obsessive state of mind. He simply cannot break his focus, and the lyrics physically loop to mimic that endless swirling fixation.
So the crucial point here is how this repetition actually evolves. Notice the escalating progression of the gaze. Step 1, kill me with your eyes. Step 2, catch me with your eyes. Step 3, move me with your eyes. And finally, step 4, get me with your eyes. By breaking down how these verbs change, we reveal a very distinct narrative arc. He goes from being struck, to being caught, to being emotionally moved, and finally being captured entirely by her eyes. It's really a beautifully structured journey of complete surrender. Which leaves us with a final thought to ponder. Has a single look ever made you lose track of night and day? As we wrap up this explainer, think about how these seemingly simple lyrics tap into such a deeply universal experience. The guy's extreme, chaotic feelings, that looping obsession and total romantic surrender, they're the exact symptoms we've all felt with an intense crush. So, the next time you hear a repetitive pop hook, you might just realize there's a brilliantly structured anatomy behind all that raw emotion. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive.